let's jump right in. Imagine a veteran. Let's just call him David. David served proudly, and hey, he loves snagging those well-deserved veteran discounts at the local hardware store and restaurants. But to prove his service, he's been carrying around his original DD-214 discharge paperwork folded up and stuffed into his wallet. Well, one day, the wallet goes missing. It's not just his cash that's gone. That DD-214, it contains highly sensitive personal information, and now it's just out there in the wild. He is literally wide open to identity theft, all because he wanted to save a few bucks at the register. We're going to make absolutely sure that never happens to you. Today, we're diving into a step-by-step guide on how to simplify proving your service by getting a veteran designation stamped directly onto your state driver's license. Seriously, are you tired of carrying around that fragile DD-214 everywhere you go? I mean, think about it. That document is literally just a thin piece of paper. It gets easily damaged, dog-eared, maybe even a little coffee-stained, right? But honestly, it is one of the most important pieces of paper you'll ever own when it comes to your military career. Pulling it out of your pocket or purse for everyday retail benefits is it's risky. And frankly, it's a completely outdated way to prove that you served. And hey, this isn't just my opinion. Commissioner Grinder over at the Tennessee Department of Veterans Services hit the nail right on the head. He said, and I quote, "This new ID will also be a source of convenience for veterans who do not typically carry their discharge papers with them everywhere they go. By printing a simple, universally recognized indicator right there on your state ID, states have essentially created the ultimate convenient solution. It's a permanent badge of honor, and the best part, it fits right in your wallet." Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Why get the designation? 2. Eligibility and misconceptions. 3. Securing your records. 4. Navigating the application. And 5. Key takeaways and guidelines. Section 1. Why get the designation? The real-world benefits. So beyond just the pride of having your service acknowledged, which is great, obviously, there are some really tangible benefits here. Yes, unlocking voluntary retail and business discounts is a fantastic perk. It gives you this incredibly easy visual proof of your veteran status for merchants without any of the usual hassle. But I really want to stress this. Its absolute greatest value is protection. Getting this designation means you can take that original, sensitive DD-214 document and lock it away safely in a fireproof safe or maybe a secure filing cabinet at home. You get the whole shebang, all the everyday benefits of proving your service without exposing your federal documents to loss, theft, or damage. Moving right along to Section 2, Eligibility and Common Misconceptions. Who qualifies and what it actually does. Now, it's super important to remember that while the driver's license itself is issued by your state government, the eligibility to actually get that veteran mark, that is strictly rooted in federal military service definitions. To get this designation, your official discharge characterization absolutely must be either honorable or general under honorable conditions. So the hard truth here is that if your records show an other than honorable, a bad conduct, or a dishonorable discharge, you do not qualify for the state ID designation. Those standards are firm across motor vehicle departments nationwide, no exceptions. Okay, there's a really common point of confusion we need to clear up right now. Let's look at what the ID can do versus what it cannot do. It can provide easy proof for retail discounts. However, it absolutely cannot grant you access to secure military bases or commissaries. Furthermore, the state DMV designation does not replace your official DD-214 when you're trying to claim complex federal benefits, things like VA medical care, disability compensation, or the GI Bill. Think of it like this. It is a state-level retail and recognition credential, not a federal military pass. Section 3. Securing your military records. Navigating the document hunt. Look, I completely understand that navigating federal bureaucracy can be incredibly frustrating. We've all been there. But to get the state ID, we first have to retrieve the required federal paperwork. Now, if you are a recently separated veteran, you actually have a massive advantage here, the digital route. You can pull your records online via the MilConnect portal, and the steps are pretty straightforward. First up, you just log into MilConnect using a verified DS logon or ID.me account. Second, navigate over to the Defense Personnel Records Information section, also known as DPRIS. Third, request your personnel file and make sure you specifically check the box for your DD-214. And then, you just wait. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, a secure digital copy is going to be generated for you to download and print. Fast, efficient, done. However, if you have older records, say from before the military fully digitized its personnel files, well, you're looking at a slightly different path. These physical records are housed at the National Personnel Records Center, or NPRC, out in St. Louis, Missouri. To get your hands on them, you'll need to submit a signed Standard Form 180 by mail or fax, or you can initiate the request through the National Archives eVetRex web portal. Because the NPRC processes literally thousands upon thousands of these requests every single day, standard processing times can range from a few weeks to several months. So I highly recommend setting realistic expectations and initiating this process long before your driver's license actually expires. Section 4. Navigating the application process, state-by-state variations. So while the standard for who is considered a veteran is federal, the actual execution of getting it on your license is handled strictly at the state level by your local DMV, BMV, or Department of Transportation. What you're looking at right here is a real-world example of what you'll encounter. This is the state of Michigan's Veteran Designation application form. Notice how specific it is. It clearly states you need an honorable or general discharge, and it gives you options to apply by mail or by scheduling a visit to a Secretary of State office. Just keep in mind, every single state has their own unique version of this form and their own specific agency that handles it. And those state nuances, they can vary wildly depending on where you live. For instance, Virginia requires you to complete a specific form called the DL-11 right along with your proof documents. Oregon, on the other hand, explicitly mandates an in-person DMV visit if you want to add or remove the designation from your card. Meanwhile, Ohio has some pretty excellent accommodations. They actually allow active duty personnel stationed out of state to renew and maintain their designation by mail or online. Oh, and a very important note on fees. Adding the designation is often completely free if you do it during your normal license renewal cycle. But if you're rushing out to get a new card right this second just to add the word veteran, you will likely have to pay your state's standard duplicate card fee. Almost done. Section 5. Key takeaways and guidelines. Your action plan. All right, here is your sequential application checklist. First, verify your discharge characterization actually qualifies. Remember, honorable or general under honorable conditions only. Second, secure your DD-214 well in advance of your DMV visit. Please do not wait until the night before. Third, check your local state DMV website. Find out exactly what specific forms they require, just like we saw with Michigan and Virginia earlier. And finally, if you want to save a few bucks, just plan to apply during your standard license renewal period to avoid getting hit with those duplicate card fees. Before we wrap things up, I do need to provide a quick professional disclaimer. State rules vary widely, and honestly, they are constantly subject to change based on new legislation. This explainer is intended for guidance and educational purposes only. It does not substitute for personalized advice from official government agencies. Always verify the most current requirements directly with your local DMV and the Department of Veterans Affairs. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to claim your badge of honor on your driver's license? You earned it through your service. Having that designation not only honors your commitment, but it secures your most vital federal documents at home while seamlessly opening doors for you in your everyday life. Go ahead and check your state's requirements, request that DD-214, and take action today.